Hello, this is JP Hrisoulas, a cranky old bastard, with another episode of my YouTube channel. Sometimes when people start doing a project, things go good to a point, then they go sideways. And I had that happen with this project. My last episode on Woots, I showed the cakes and the bar stock and my plan on doing another knife. And I started doing it. Everything was going fine. I had like half a dozen little 2 or 3 minute, 4 minute episodes already filmed and downloaded and everything else. I'm thinking this is fine. So I want to try putting them together into one episode. And I tried that with this software, and I ended up deleting all of them. So I figured, okay, I'll just pick this up where we're at. Maybe I'll just do a scabbard for this thing, and everything will be fine and good. So that's what I thought I would do. I just finished the knife up, and because I already showed how to do a handle on this stuff with on the Kinjal, and on the conjar I was making, I was going to call it the Kandahar conjar. I had this whole elaborate backstory about this, of how Jim Bowie, sometime before he got himself killed at the Alamo, went to the Near East and up into the hill country of Asia Minor with his Bowie knife and showed it around and impressed the locals. They made their own various flavor on it. And he came back and married into Mexican nobility and ended up, dying at the Alamo and everything else. While the Kandahar conjar was in history, and everything else. And here is the Kandahar conjar right here. Here it is. And everything was going real well. Isn't that sexy? Now it's a folding knife. Yep, it cracked. This, no fun. No fun at all. I'm sitting here grinding away, keeping it cool, keeping everything the way it is. I cleaned up the fullers a bit. I was doing the edge bevels. I got everything flat. I got the tang drilled. I got everything pulled back. Got heat treated. Got it tempered. Everything's going great. I'm just grinding away. And I write down blade. I'm thinking, there's a little black line here. And I'm looking at this thing. And I'm looking. And I see this little black line start right here. Right there. About maybe a quarter inch long. I'm thinking, it's just a drag mark. I flip it over, this might be a drag mark on both sides. So I figured, okay, let's keep grinding. I can't get longer and longer. Pretty soon it's into the fuller, and pretty soon it's to the other side of the fuller, and I'm going, foobar. So I stopped grinding. I grab myself some ice water. I sit down, think about this, pondering the meaning of the universe, having a little long thought about my association with Mr. Murphy, and I flexed it, and it popped. Well, you see this dark side here? It cracked in heat treat. Now, I had to reheat treat this blade because I wasn't happy with the heat treat to begin with, the first one. And besides, it had a little bit of warp in it. So I nailed it back, did a slow cool, two furnace cools overnight. And then I, annealed it, annealed back. I rehardened it, retempered it. Everything's good, okay? Started grinding. Then it cracked. You can see right here, right there, that dark spot, it's cracked. But I will say one thing. That grain structure on this steel is very fine. Very fine. Looks like powdered sugar. Which is exactly what you want. And that's full. That's hard and tempered high carbon steel. And it is high carbon steel because it's 1.5% carbon. The stuff is real finicky. It's very delicate at times. It can be tougher in hell. It can be harder in the floor of hell. And this whole thing just got me thinking about the insignificance of life because I wanted to die. But that's okay. It's 3 days work down the tubes. Actually, more like 4 days. But you take it as it comes. You deal with it as you can deal with it. And just realize that not everything goes the way you want it to go. It's called life. Which brings me into this section of what I want to talk about tonight. Is I've been doing this for a few months now. I've got almost 90 videos. I think this one's going to be number 89. I'm still feel like a blithering idiot when I'm doing these things. I don't like talking to myself. I feel like I'm stumbling over everything, but I want to get the word out that everybody can do this. It's not as hard as a lot of people believe to get started to make good knives. Now, I realize I'm the new kid on the block here. I'm the FNG, and that's okay. Everybody's going to start out the same. Nobody is born knowing anything except basically how to eat and go to the bathroom. And some people don't even know how to do that. I see what other people are doing, and these guys have, 200,000 views and a couple of 100,000. One guy has over 1 million, subscriptions. And these guys are pulling in, 600, 700, 800 views a day. They have a video up for 3 hours and it's already got, 500 views. I don't have 500 views on anything. I don't think. But that's okay. I don't know what I'm doing wrong or what I'm not doing right on these things. But I'll explain that later. What I want to do is, I know I'm never going to have production values of these other makers, because one, I don't have anybody helping me. Two, I don't know how to use a camera. I'm still trying to figure out the one I've got. But what I've also noticed is a lot of these other makers, I'm not trashing anybody, I'm not going to name any names, they don't explain what they're doing. And they don't show the bad as with the good. Okay? Very seldom you see somebody admit that they just broke a knife like I did. This is what I want. I want to show everything. I want you folks here, when you see my videos, to feel like you're standing right next to me over here, or right next to me over there, looking over one of my two shoulders, bopping your head around this way, bopping your head. I want you to feel like I'm talking to you, which I am, trying to, and to make that connection to show you how to do these things. I'm not one of these, shooting stars, the newest, the bestest, the most currentest. No. I'm an old man. I've been doing this over 50 years. I've got a ton of experience. And as I've said before, experience is what you get when you don't get what you want. And I just got more experience with this thing. And what can I say? It's broke. I'll cut it up, put it back in the crucible, remelt it. It'll be fine. It's good steel. I just screwed up the heat treat. I screwed the pooch on that one. But that's what happens. Going back to the subject, I want you, my viewers, to feel that you're getting something out of this outside of wasting time watching an old man rant and rave in a camera. I don't know everything. I know a lot, but I also know that I don't know it all. And anybody that says they do is trying to sell you something. Because every time you go out in your workshop, every time you pick up a hammer or a pair of tongs or step up to that grinder, something can go wrong. It can go sideways. It's called a design change. It's called a catastrophic failure. It's called a minor annoyance. This is right here is about the biggest failure that you can get. The only thing that would be worse if it cracked in heat treat and I'll end up at the bottom of my quench tank, which would really upset me because I'd have to get there with a magnet and fish it out. And that's a deep tank. That's 4.5 feet of tempering oil. My arms aren't that long. But as I'm saying, I want you folks to feel that we have a connection, not so much as a student-teacher, more along the lines of a friend, somebody you're comfortable with, somebody who's not making any weird claims to fame or anything else like that. I want you folks to get something out of these videos. I want to get the stuff out of my head, recorded with my 3 books, soon to be 4. 4 is almost done. I'm doing proofreading on that right now. But I want to save this because when I'm dead and gone, what I don't put down goes with me. I want to get this information out there to people that have an interest. Now, I know these videos are not going to make anybody a maker. My books aren't going to make anybody a hotshot bladesmith. It's not going to happen. You the ones that are viewing these videos, that's up to you to do the work. I can supply the information. I can supply the hints. I can supply the ideas and give you that something for you to build on, because it's you that's got to pick up that hammer and swing it. It's you that has to grab those tongs and hold on to the stuff. It's you that has to know how to heat treat. It's you that is the one that's going to be grinding and polishing and fitting and finishing and doing everything in between. Not me, not anybody else down the pike. It's you. And this is what I want. I want to give you that ability, that opportunity to learn from what I have to say, from my books, and anybody else that's interested on YouTube that's doing this, you think you might get something from. I want to be a resource. This is why I got into this whole YouTube thing, because my friend is saying, not getting younger, Jimmy. And they're right, I'm not. I'm looking at a long time on this earth. I've been making knives for longer than most knife makers have been alive, which is saying something. I've seen a lot, and there's a lot for me to see left. But which gets me to this other thing I want to talk about, which is editing. I had these episodes already, and I deleted them. So if anybody knows how to edit stuff, or knows where some software is that an old knucklehead like me can understand how to use it, please email me direct, leave a comment on the below here. Get a hold of me, because I have no idea what I am doing, and I am not the least bit shy about saying it. I am not a technophile. Actually, I'm a technophobe, not a technophile. I am a Luddite. That's all there is. I am a Luddite. I'm old, I'm set in my ways, I'm opinionated, I'm cranky. But I want to learn how to do this, so I want to get these all things so I can actually have an episode that's longer than 2 or 3 minutes. That somebody can sit there and watch and stop and rewind and stop and rewind, stop and rewind until they get it. Because that's the way folks learn. You show them, and hopefully they learn this. But that's what I need to do. Other than that, I need to find a kid about maybe 15, 16 years old that's really into videos, one of those TikTok kids that can show me how to at least do this thing, and maybe even fix the clock on my stove so it doesn't flash 12 o'clock all the time. I don't know what I'm doing. It's interesting. I tell you, it's a long learning curve here, but hopefully you folks are getting something out of this. I don't mean for this to be rambling on and on and on, but that's it. You get failures, you deal with it. You get the successes, you deal with that. And as I said before, as I'll say it again, experience is what you get when you don't get what you want. I got some experience on this one, as I said before. So if anybody knows how to get my viewers up, please leave a note or drop me an email. I'd appreciate it, because I have 150 loyal subscribers, and I thank you all very much for that. I would like to get to be 250 so. This way, once I hit that threshold, maybe I'll even think about going live and see what that's like. I have no idea what that entails, but I'm pretty sure I'll find out. So, in closing for the evening, thank you all for listening to the demented ramblings of an old man. A disgusted old man. You know, this thing here, I guess I could turn it to a folding knife and fold that way. It's heartbreaking. It really is. I mean, what can I do with it? Cut it off here, put this part, little chunks in the crucible, remelt it, and continue to march. So, anyway, in closing, thank you all for your time. Please hit the like button if you can. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Thank you once again for your time this evening. I will be back with another video here in a couple of days once I get this knife sorted out in my head. I pretty much have it by now, but it's still very disheartening to have something that worked that hard on go south and sideways like it did. But it's the way life is. You can't always get what you want. And there again, wiser men than me have spoken on the subject. So thank you so much for your time. May the wise Lord, Hrisoulas, bless you and yours. Have a pleasant evening. Good night.